Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Craft of the Titans. So, if you haven't seen the build video yet, just a sneak peek, we've gotten a lot done in this mid-tower section. So, a lot of flooring and stuff like that. Also, some flooring in this tower, you know, our main tower that we've been spending the majority of our time working in. And since then, if you have seen it, I spent some time just kind of getting things moved and sorted and all of that stuff, getting things situated, so you can see a lot of this stuff is moved. Hopefully, by the end of this episode, we'll be ready to move most, if not all of it. My two main goals for this episode is we are going to be working on dragging you with me, and maybe try to finish out this quest line or something. And then we're also going to work on a bit of automation. Okay, so that's our goal anyway. So we'll see how that goes. One thing I will show you, I did revamp the whole bottom floor section because I do hope to work down there this episode. And so if we drop down, first up here, I've expanded our setup. We now have 3 vats for each stage. Just one crusher, it's plenty, honestly. And then I upgraded to a demonically gargantuan drum. And yeah, that's the main things, and I cleaned up a lot of the wiring and stuff like that. And then down here, I've revamped the storage drawers and whatnot. So, totally working on cleaning up the wires. Now, if you haven't seen the build video, I did run into one particular problem. I'm hoping I can find a way to solve it, but I cannot do chisels and bits or forge microblocks with dreadstone. So it kind of creates an issue as far as cleaning up cables go. Because that's the only 2 ways I can think of to actually clean up these cables. So I'm going to see if there's maybe a mod or update or something like that can fix that, but I'm not for sure. Oh, and I also used up most of our 64K blocks and went ahead and filled these all out with 64K storage disks. So, because it was like 200 and something of those 64K boxes, whatever they're called. These things, refined storage 64K boxes. So I went ahead and just filled that out and made us a nice big storage area there. So, it works. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we're going to want to get ourselves some of those onyx dipped eggs. So these right here are these onyx dipped dragon eggs. Oh yeah, first up I'm going to need onyx blocks. I did a little bit of mining in the nether. Of course, we did a little bit, I think the last episode mined up some after I got flight, but anyways, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well go ahead and make them, because that's our goal, is to kill 5 of the dragons. Hopefully this goes as planned. So I'm hoping the dragon's not too crazy powerful. But anyways, that finishes up this quest. And we get 2 artifact loot bags. Sounds good. Okay, oh how the mighty have fallen. After countless hours of concentration, you were able to decipher the codex behind the Luna Mara god essence. You would now be able to utilize its power to summon the great old god Titan Brahimic, and avenge the dragonflight's honor and the sanctity of an old god kingdom long forgotten. So we have to get this Brahimic, the old god. And to do that, we're going to need a lot of petroleum, which is just obsidian dust, basalt's powder, redstone, and clay. Okay, let's see what we got in our artifact bags real quick. First up, we have arcane ash, and then we have night vision. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to throw that in there just so we've got it. Doesn't really hurt anything to store it. Okay, so petroleum. I think, yeah, most of the stuff we've got. What are we missing? Basalt's powder. Okay, how many basalt's rods do I have? I think probably the best way... Not as many as I was hoping, actually. We can actually pulverize it. And we'll get 4 of that. Fluid transposer. Destabilized redstone. Into pulverized obsidian will get us basalt's powder. Alright, well, I tell you what, we're going to have to go for the fluid transposer regardless, so let's do that. And speaking of, there's the expanding thermally quests. Okay, I'm not going to start that just yet. Now, I've got a magma crucible here. So that means all we're going to need is the fluid transposer. Alright. So there's that. Invar gears, redstone reception coil. That is electrum gears. Do I not have electrum gears automated? No, I do not. I also don't have Invar gears automated, so I'm going to go ahead and automate these real quick. There's that. And there we go. And I'm not going to worry too much about upgrading it right this second. Now, next up, obsidian. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get, like, I guess like a half stack of this. What can I run it through? Sag mill? Yes. Okay, we can run it through the sag mill. So I'll tell you what, we're going to, let's see, don't I have a sag mill in here? Yes. Okay, cool. That's what we're going to do then. We're going to set the sag mill up. I'm going to put it right there for now. And I'm going to order a crafter. And we're just going to make a quick recipe. I'm not going to fully set this up right now because I want to get on with what we're doing. But we're going to say if you take obsidian. And we'll go ahead and just get this crafter. By the way, I did change over to a bag of holding to store the tools because I didn't really have space for everything in that backpack anymore. So go ahead and rotate that. Okay, and there's a recipe for that pulverized obsidian. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there and get that running. And then what we'll do, let's get a flux thing. I'll tell you what, let me automate that actually. Just the whole process of making these, because I go through these so much. We'll say that. There's that. And there's that. And then this. There's that. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get a recipe here. I believe flux is just one redstone for one flux, if I recall. So I'll tell you what, we'll make a quick recipe, and we'll say that if you take redstone, you're going to get flux. There you go. And then I think, yeah, what we'll do is we'll just put we'll put this into there. So this can make now our demon ingots and our flux for us. And then we'll just throw all these into there. Okay. Alright, so now flux is, I mean, it's pretty well done. Now, I will say that Eyes of Ender, not the cheapest thing, but right now they're not terrible. I have Ender Pearls to spare, albeit not a lot. Okay, there you go. Now this should have power. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get this set up. And for right now, this is a very temporary layout, as is a lot of our stuff. I'm kind of just working on this as we go, sort of thing. But I'm just going to connect this up with some power. And we'll say magma crucible, fluid transposer. We'll go ahead and say that you can output to the side. You can input from the side. Okay, if I throw that in there, man, these machines are so slow. Yeah, if we're going to do this, we're going to have to speed this process up. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. No, we won't. No, we won't. Okay, so this has to be ran through the pulverizer to get 4. Okay, so let's make a pulverizer just really, really quickly, and then we'll be all set. Okay. Then we'll just set that right there. That's got power. We'll throw that in there. Get that running. And we have enough basalt's powder now to go fight the dragon the first time. Yeah. Oh, wait. We need petroleum. I don't know what I'm thinking. That's actually a whole lot cheaper due to the fact that we need petroleum. And where did my egg go? There we go. Brahmic. Haha. Okay, so that should complete that quest. Dragging you with me. Unless we have to kill him. Okay, maybe we have to actually kill him to complete that quest. I'm not for sure, so we'll go out and do it. I mean, we've got other eggs, you know, if it's not what we need to do or whatever, but okay, I've got my fire flash spell. And let's go ahead and get this. This, I'm going to set these off to the side like that. That. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to make leggings. Let's go get these upgraded real quick. I don't want that. There we go. They're rare. Now the time has come. And hopefully this isn't too bad. I don't know how well this is going to go over, but we'll see. Okay. Fingers crossed. Whoa! I will say he's got a bit more health. About double what the other dragon had. Okay. But I mean, I've got flight now, so I can just fly away like infinitely. I should have brought mana cakes with me. Look at this. This is great. And I haven't even pulled out my best weapon either. Like, the revolver's going to wreck him. Aha! Okay. I love it, because, like, these dragons really are not hard fights. Because that's like the Ender Dragon. You know, the Ender Dragon's not a hard fight. Oops. Alright, I'm going to go back to this for just a minute here. Oh yeah, we got this. We so got this. Honestly, it's a pretty uneventful fight. I wonder how much XP this guy gives. 75 levels. What? And we got our first alpha dragon kill. And we got a heart container. So now we're up to green hearts now. Haha. Okay, so how do you turn this in? I mean, it gives us Brahimic instead of giving us Brahimic the old god, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. Maybe if I make it again, it'll work. Or maybe it has something to do with having all those dragon eggs on me. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go fight him. And then after this next kill, I'm going to reload and see if maybe I can get it to work if I reload. I don't know. There we go. Second alpha dragon kill. Pow, there's another heart container. This is too easy. It's too easy. Now suddenly I've got... That drives me insane. My goal is to kill this guy 3 more times, though. I mean, it's so easy. And you get so much XP, it's just crazy. I will say the eggs aren't the cheapest thing in the world, but it is what it is, I guess. But let me try reloading here. For one, I've got all this weakness and stuff anyways, so... Okay, give me just a minute. I'm going to see if there's a way to creatively complete the quest, because I most definitely have the egg. And I can summon Brahimic. But it's not turning in the quest, so give me just a moment here. Okay, yeah, I had to use commands to complete it. It just would not turn in. By the way, if you're curious how to do that, if you hold shift on the quest, there at the end you see number 834. Just get your ID for your quest, and then you'll have to do /BQ_admin complete, then your quest ID, or space, then your quest ID, and then space, and then your name. So, just a heads up on that. But we did complete the quest now. Yay. And we get an artifact loot bag and a heart container. So we'll go ahead and claim that. And let's see what we got here, actually. Arcane Ash. But I will pop that heart container. Then they want us to kill Brahimic. And it says, summon the great old god titan Brahimic and bring him to justice. Okay. And we get the, by the way, we get the Planet Eater. When in main hand, 1 attack speed, 9.5 attack damage. It's like a super shovel, looks like. Okay. So let me grab an egg here. And give me just a second while I clean house on this guy real quick. So we should be able to turn this quest in now. Yep, Planet Eater. There we go. Okay, so we got our super shovel. And I believe that's actually infinite durability, but I could be wrong. Okay, so last up, it says Brahimic was saddeningly stoic when you approached him, barely willing to engage you in combat. He almost seemed defeated already. His pride would pull him by the nape, and you could see in his eyes that he would give you what you fame for, either death or honor. As your sword plunged into his heart, you couldn't tell if his last breath was of anger or of regret. Something told you it was the latter. What began as a glorious adventure to uncover an exciting story of deceit and betrayal has oddly left you feeling drained. You can't help but to wonder if this universe would have been a different place had Brahimic and his dragonflight not betrayed the old gods. Would there be war? Would there be famine? Would you be foraging on this godforsaken new land so far away from your family? And then we can complete it, and we get the World Breaker with Fortune X. Woo! Okay. So, now we have 2 different picks here with Fortune X. I'm not for sure which one I want to use, honestly. Let's have a quick speed comparison. Okay. I tell you what, it's going to depend entirely on what I'm doing. That's awesome because it's like instantaneous mining. This one's a little bit better for working around the base, I feel like. So, okay. Well, next up, I'm going to go kill the dragon twice over. I am going to do that off camera because it's going to be boring and not any kind of fun. And I'll be back once I get a couple more dragon kills on him. And there we go. We got our Alpha Master achievement. And we have a lot of extra hearts. 16 now. So, or yeah, 16 bonus hearts. Okay. So we've completed it. We've killed the dragon a bunch, and now we can get ourselves the upgraded armor. I am going to have to get this stuff repaired first, because it does have to be full durability to, you know, to get that that highest tier, or to upgrade the armor, period. So let me pop right up here. I'm just going to throw this stuff in here for the time being. And I'm hoping that maybe having the alpha stuff, maybe that bug will stop. Where our armor keeps like messing up on us. Fingers crossed. And I know that suit actually gives us like, if you have the top tier, it actually gives quite a few buffs as well. So nearly 200 levels. There's actually a rune that we could get really easy right now, right here. The Liquid XP one. We may do that at some point if we get around to it this episode. But anyways, I want to automate a few things here. First up being concrete, because like I ran out of concrete, you know, during the last build video, and this is easy enough for us to automate, and I'm actually going to do it with 3 sets of breakers and placers this time. And I tell you what, I'm actually going to move this back just a tad bit, and let me get just a little bit of cobble just for use in building this out and everything. Okay, so I think we're going to put our breakers back here. So we'll do those right there, and I'm going to break this off real quick. And we'll go ahead and switch this to right there. Okay. Then we're going to have our auto placers face down like that. And now I just need to supply these with items, basically. Okay. So, do I have any diamond chests by chance? I do not. So let me get one of those real quick. Or just, not even really a diamond chest. Just a chest would be fine. Okay, so let's get one exporter. No, not an exporter, I'm sorry. A crafter. I'm going to need one of these. There's that. Because we're going to do this as kind of like a recipe, so then I can order a bunch of these. And then we're going to do... I guess we'll do like 3 importers. So 3 importers. Then I'm also going to want some conduits. And that's really it. Okay. So now, what we'll do is we will set up... Let's see. Tell you what, I'm going to pull this off. And I think I'm actually going to want our importers right along this. So basically they're going to import from the breakers. And then I just need a chest that can pump into the placers. Now my only concern is how to do that. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to have the conduits here because I'm trying to make this like fairly compact so it fits into here. And then I'll facade that, and then I'll have like a glass wall where you can see inside, you know, this process. But it'll basically just be like these 2 blocks or something. I mean, I guess I could have dropped it down by 1. But I kind of like having that like framing around the edge there. So what we'll do, we'll have this, we'll say, you can insert, 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 and then the chest itself. This is the tricky part because I don't have a whole lot of space here. But I'll tell you what, I can do maybe the chest right here, the conduit here. We're going to say extract always active, round robin. Then I can always facade that front, right? And then what I'll do is I'll put the crafter right here. And then I'll just rotate it to face the chest. And that should be it. That should be, I mean, I've got one more step that I've got to do, but for the most part, that's done. Okay. So I'm going to close that off, and then would be the best way to get water in this without it going everywhere. Okay, there's a chance it may go everywhere. That's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use cobblestone for the time being so the water doesn't go everywhere when it comes out of here. And then let's get ourselves like just a few buckets of water. Put one right there. So basically this water is going to flow into the concrete whenever it's placed. And then the breakers will get it. Now I'm going to test this without using the timer. But then if I need to use the timer, I'll use it. So we'll see. We'll see if I have to have it or not. Because I honestly didn't test it before without the timer, so who knows. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit of glass. I should have, let me get my chisel out. Bit of this. And honestly, I might just use that glass. Let me see what options I have here. No. Not at all. Okay, let me break that off real quick. Okay, maybe like that. And then, of course, I would have facades up here and have it framed in. I don't know. I kind of like being able to see the breakers on the bottom, personally. But we'll see. I mean, I'll play around with it once I get the, you know, the actual framing and stuff there. Okay, so let's set up a quick recipe here. And let's say if you take concrete, in this case, the light gray concrete. Do that. We'll say if you take the powder, you're going to get the concrete. Encode that. And we're going to see if this works. Hopefully it does. I hope it works very, very well. That's my goal. Okay, so throw that in there. That's got round robin on. Okay, so let's order a bit of concrete. It's weird because it's not that placer. Oh, it's set to pulse. Okay. Let me get a torch here. I forgot these actually retain their settings, so. And I feel like that one, there we go. Yes! And we can set this up to do all of our colors of concrete, right? Now, I could expand this if I wanted to, if this proves to be too slow, but I mean, I'm making like 3 concrete a second, so it's not terrible. And we don't even need the timer. That whole timer step was completely unnecessary. So I do apologize about that in the past. So, awesome. I do love that. Okay. Okay, now next up, what I want to do is I want to make a certain something. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and get compacting drawer and then give me upgrades. I'm going to want 5 of these. And we're going to automate something, another thing that's going to make my life a whole lot easier. Because I don't know if you guys realize how much... I mean, look at that. It's already done, apparently. How much did I order? 300, and that sounds about right, honestly. Ha 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 ha. I tell you what. Let me just make a couple quick recipes here. I'm so excited about this. I am so excited about this. Like gray concrete and black concrete. Give me one of those. And we'll go ahead and teach it that. I really don't need black concrete right now because I had so much made up. But we're going to go ahead and get that. Gray concrete. And we're just going to make a couple quick recipes. I'm going to order a bunch of gray concrete. So if you take gray, there you go. And if you take black, there you go. Aha. Because that's the thing, honestly, out of all of the chisel blocks that you can make, concrete is honestly probably one of the worst. And making all that, like even having to just move the stuff by hand, even after we like kind of automated it, you know, it was still such a pain. So give me, whoops. Give me like 576 of that. Okay. But what I want to do, we should have in here, we should have an igneous extruder lying around. Right here. And it is a resonant level. That's awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop downstairs for just a minute. And I'm going to have to change up some of the drawers, which is fine. Basically, we need to go all the way down to here. And I tell you what, I should have... Let me pop back up there. Because I'm going to need a sink. I'm going to need something that produces constant water. And... you know what? I've got a sink that's over here. I've got a sink here too. Tell you what, I'm going to grab a sink and I'm going to grab some conduits. And then whatever I decide to use, we'll just go with that. So, we'll see. But another thing that would really make my life a whole lot easier is stone production. Actually, though, you know what? I'm going to put the igneous extruder right here, in fact. Actually, right here. Yeah, right here. It's a little bit better for moving the power in, I feel like. Okay, I'm actually going to need power conduits as well. I need to get a wireless grid connection set up down here. Like at some point. Very, very soon. Okay, and I've got item conduits. Cool. And basically what I want is I just want stone production in this. Okay? So we're going to say that you can output out the right-hand side. That'll be fine. Power is going to come over like that. Items are going to get pumped out like this. I'm going to go ahead and sever that connection off too. Okay. And actually we'll have to bring the item conduit line around like that. That's fine. And we'll do just like that. Okay, so now this has power, maybe? I've noticed, yeah, sometimes this does not accurately pull like it should. Because we should be producing plenty of power, because this is... That's why we're running out of power. There we go. Okay. I never set that to pull out. Lucky... Honestly, we're kind of lucky we didn't run out of power with that. Okay, so... This should have power now. It does. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have an input, and I can actually tuck a sink away right here. So I'm just going to do that. It's less conduits that I have to run over. And what we'll do is we'll say that you can input from the top. And of course for stone production, all we really need is water. There we go. That should be filling up with water. And now all we need is a bucket of lava. And there we go. Now we got stone production going. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to configure our compacting drawer for this. So we'll set it up right there. And that way we can get the compressed stone and the like double compressed stone. I don't know why I was even thinking like I don't know what I was thinking about there. Okay, so there's those. And that way it'll just shut off, you know. That's why I'm running all this stuff the way I am, is so that it shuts off whenever it's done running. Whenever we have enough of that stuff. Okay, so now we have stone production going. We've already gotten about a stack in here. And chances are, okay, the item conduits are keeping up. That's awesome. Okay. And that way I can produce blackstone. Because that's another thing. This stuff right here from Armor Plus, I use that a lot for building, and I didn't have it fully automated because we didn't have stone production going. So that's going to help out a bunch. Okay, so awesome news. I've actually been out for a bit exploring and killing. Exploring and killing, that's what I've been doing. In that time, we've gotten almost 8,000 stone. But I guess I was probably out away from the base for like an hour and a half or something like that. Basically just hunting cows and killing them with magic. Okay, because I was trying to get, because those, you know, those superstar battle axes like what we have, those actually drop, I think, I don't know if they can drop from anything, but I believe the best chance for them to drop is from cows, hell cows. So whenever you kill cows, or whenever you attack cows, there's a chance it's going to spawn a hell cow. Now hell cows I have found take forever to kill with my spell. But I killed a few, because I was looking to see, because our battle axe, if we take a look, well, it's in there. Our battle axe is only a rare quality, right? And so I was killing a few cows, and I actually came across a superstar bow with power 1 and soulbound. It actually came fully repaired, strangely enough. But I also found, like, here's our rare one, and it kind of sucks because it's level 10, that's a really good level. But after a little while, I found an ultra rare one. So I killed a few more cows. I was like, okay, maybe that's all I'm going to get. Because if you notice, like, the attack damage on this is 32. With the super, or with the ultra rare, it's 42.56. And on my way back, I kind of like came around like that, and I found an archaic battle axe with unbreaking 2. So I got it repaired and everything. Like, archaic isn't super common, I don't think. But the reason I was looking for a better battle axe is because I have a plan this episode. Because of course we're about to, like right now, we're going to go upgrade armor, okay? And I have a plan to make us really powerful this episode. And so that's why I was looking for a new battle axe, because I was like, well, if I can, I'd like to get, you know, a little bit better one, if at all possible. You know, basically, we'd have that extra damage and whatnot. But I honestly didn't expect to get an archaic. Anyways, let's go ahead and upgrade our dragon armor, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some archaic pieces. If not, I'm probably going to craft some up and try for archaic. You have not mastered... Oh, Alpha Dragon. I have to get the book. Okay, that's fine. Because I have the Alpha Dragon Knowledge Tome. So, Alpha Knowledge Tome. Haha. Okay, so now let's try this again. We got... What? No. Aha! There we go. What is it? It is a legendary, not what I was aiming for. Next up, our archaic piece. We got a rare. Legendary legs. The durability on these is terrible. And a rare headpiece. Okay. And do we have any set bonuses? I thought there was like a set bonus for these. Okay, I'll tell you what. How many dragon scales do we have right now? 89. And we'll get a stack of dragon ingot and a little bit extra. And we're going to make some pieces. See if we can get some archaic, because I think we'll be on this armor for a bit. And so if we could get some archaic pieces to go with our axe, that would be ideal. I have some other stuff planned for like really boosting up our power. I will say we'll probably get into baubles before too long, but not yet. So, just a heads up. Not yet. Actually, can I do anything with these? No. I was wondering if I could turn them into scales. I do plan on using those dragon heads for decoration, though, so it's not a big deal that I can't use them. Okay, so I'll tell you what. We're going to get ourselves like a dragon chest plate. I'll tell you what. Let me just... okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get as many dragon ingots as I can. We'll set that right there. Okay, so let's try for... Archaic chestplate. Awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so that's junk now. Alright, so I guess next up we'll try for legs, perhaps? Rare legs. Legendary legs. Legendary. I just don't want to make... You know, I don't want to make too many of these. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that. And then if I need extras, it's a little bit quicker. Can I do anything with these, by the way? No? Okay. It's rare. Ultra rare. That's a little bit better. We have legendary, though, so never mind. We're trying to beat out legendary. Rare. Archaic. Haha. Okay, so we have archaic chest and legs now. And now I guess we'll try for probably boots and then helmet. Because boots are a little bit less on the materials. Archaic boots, first try. Awesome. Okay, so one more piece of archaic to go. And all we need is the helmet. So we got 4 shots here. Fingers crossed that it's rare. We're getting like all kinds of achievements. Rare. Come on, archaic. Archaic. Haha. Okay, so we have a full set of archaic alpha dragon armor. And we have a few ingots to spare. And, okay, let's see. We have... full set of archaic armor. An archaic superstar battle axe. It's not leveled. None of this stuff's leveled. So, I mean, I am going to suffer from not having leveled armor right now, but honestly, I can deal with that. I'll grind zombies or something like during the day or some kind of creatures and get some levels on it maybe between this episode and next. But we're not done yet. We're about to get a whole lot more powerful. Like, you think 64 damage is a lot? Like, let's get out a... Tell you what. I know I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. We're going to get back to what we were doing, but let's get out a test dummy here. And for right now, we're just going to set this thing up right here. And let's go get our old battle axe. And I mean, honestly, I could dual wield with them, but with what I have planned, it's going to be even better than that, I promise. It's going to be great. I'll just go ahead and grab both of these. Okay, so this is our old battle axe. Um, 51.43 DPS. So now let's try our superstar battle axe. I don't know if it's more damage or not. Seems like it's... I feel like it's critting more often. 45.62. So our other one was actually better? Oh, we can actually level off of this. Look at that. It's giving it Wither 2, Blindness 2, Slowness, and Weakness. Honestly, it could be because of the buffs that we had on the other axe as well. I never realized that you can just sit here and just grind on these like this. Well, we got it to level 4. Let's go ahead and put Ethereal on it. Okay, so anyways, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I think in the long run, that axe is going to be better than this one. So, that's fine. How much durability? 1950, 1950. Okay, but like I said, we're not done yet, right? So what I've done, I've got in here 500 chests made up. And what we're going to do is we're going to make drawers. And I'm just going to hand make these because I don't want to run into the issue again where it's like, no, you can't turn those in. I think probably handcrafting these, we shouldn't run into that issue. So I'm just going to make up a whole bunch of wood here. And we'll just get a bunch of drawers. There we go. How many is that? Let's try turning this in real quick. Okay, just didn't update. So we got 237 so far. Let's get a bunch more wood here. I need to get a sawmill set up fairly soon. But at the same time, I mean, we've got like 30,000 wood. It's not really a big issue. Okay. And so now we can turn in the last of our drawers that we need. And there we go. So we get 2 uncommon runes and a rare rune for that. And... oh, choice reward, I'm sorry. 2 uncommon runes or a rare rune. We're going to take the rare rune. Okay. And what's the next one? 750 drawers. That's actually not that bad. And we get another choice reward. I'll probably take the rare rune again. Okay, so here's where the fun starts. Okay. So let me grab... I know we have one other uncommon rune in here. So I was originally thinking that we got 2 and the rare rune, but that's fine. Yeah, we don't have to have but 1 uncommon rune for what I want to do. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is let's get ourselves a shield. We are going to get the Dark Steel Riot Shield. Has a 1,000,000 RF storage, uses 100 RF per heart of damage absorbed, accepts RF and Forge energy, and it has Thorns XL, which is Thorns 40. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Thank you. And we'll go ahead and throw that on. So we got this like Riot Shield. Pah! And... so much thorns on that. It's ridiculous. Why do I have this? Why? Gosh. That's like the worst thing ever. This garbage. Okay. Anyways. So we got Thorns XL shield. And now, with our rare rune, what I want to get is, I think, this right here. I do believe. This was actually a backup plan I had, was to get ultimate material so we could make the top tier crafting workbench and just make a bunch of the axes until I got archaic. But since we got archaic, I'm happy with that. So anyways, we're going to get this. Sharpness XXX. That's what I want. So we're going to go ahead and detect it, claim it. And is this forever done? Looks like. These are one time. Oh, man. But luckily, I think Archaic Superstar Battle Axe is a pretty solid solid bet to put the sharpness on. So now what I'm going to want is... oh, we have this slightly damaged anvil. That'll work. And we'll go ahead and throw that down. And I want to put... on this Archaic axe, I want to put that sharpness on there. Whoa! 75 levels. But it would bump it up from 32 to 47.5 attack damage base. Okay, so what was it? 75 levels. There we go. There you go, Archaic. And Sharpness XXX. Okay. So there we go. I still need to put looting on this thing too, but... 63.5. I want to see what the DPS on this thing is now. 53.94. I mean, it's a lot more damage. Let's go test this thing out in like actual combat, because I feel like sometimes the readings on that stuff are lower than what it feels like, I guess. All right, so hey you. I wish I could swing while I had my shield up. That would be just the best. Oh my gosh. This is a really strong axe. Especially, I think, once it's leveled up. What is with all these, like, horses? Yeah, we got a DPS of 66.71 that time, so... anyways, I mean, it's a good axe. It's very, very powerful. And what I'll probably do... Don't we have an enchanter somewhere? Yeah. 27 levels. Looting 3... and then to put this on this axe, it's going to be 7 levels. So now we have Unbreaking 2, Sharpness 15, and Looting 3. And then another thing we could do is unbreaking. I would like to put that on my armor too. I'm going to have to put protection on my armor as well. But I'll tell you what, I'll work on all this stuff off camera. I don't know if you guys want to watch me, but I do want to put unbreaking. I think it's obsidian, if I recall correctly, for unbreaking. Yeah, it's just a bunch of obsidian. Unbreaking 3, sharpness 15, and looting 3 on that. And I'm going to have to put like unbreaking and protection and all that stuff on the armor as well. But like I said, I'll do that, you know, between episodes. So anyways, I mean, we've got some very good stuff now. And then once this is all buffed up and everything and enchanted, it's going to be pretty powerful, I think. Mana martinis. Okay. Don't want that. Don't want that. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead and move on to what we're going to be doing next. And that is just a little bit more automation I want to work on. I want to get glass. I want to get silicon. What can I do with gravel? Is there anything in this pack to smelt it or save it that's, well, we'll probably get flint. I don't want flint. Okay. No, there's no circuit plates or anything of that nature. So, looks like we're just going to be handling glass. And I think, what can I do to make sand specifically? Okay, you know what? The crusher from Actually Additions makes sand. So what we'll probably do is get a double crusher, I think. Yeah. Okay, that works. So one thing that I do want to automate right now is the atomic reconstructor. That's another thing that I wanted to automate this episode, because I want to get sugarcane. I want to get the rest of those sugarcane things set up. And I'm going to need, I don't want to have to do all that manual. So let's get a pressure plate, just a wooden one. And then I'm also going to want a redstone torch. I'm going to want a vacuum chest. And you guys may have seen this setup. I use it. I know I use it in the Direwolf series. I use it in a lot of my series if I'm going to automate Actually Additions. I'm also going to need a dropper of some sort. We're going to go for the automatic precision dropper. And I'll tell you what, I think we're going to set it up like right here. Okay. So we'll start with the vacuum chest. We're going to set that here. We're going to drop the range down to 1. I think. We're going to see if this works with a 1 range. If not, I can bump it up to 2. And then we're going to put the wooden pressure plate on top of that. We're going to put the precision dropper right there. And this mining fatigue is ridiculous. I don't know why it keeps giving me these things. It's just like, oh, haha, you want this. And we're going to have an automatic atomic reconstructor, and we're going to have it set to pulse. Okay. So, for example, if I throw... Well, let me actually take this ring off for a minute. You notice it gets pulled in, and the vacuum chest grabs it. Okay. Awesome. That's what we want. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw the filter into the vacuum chest. Possibly, depending on how things go, we may want a large... Well, no, we can only have the one filter. I think that's going to be enough, though, actually. It just depends on... I know there's some other stuff that we can make with the atomic reconstructor, but I don't think it's anything that we can't farm with our crops. So, we're going to put the crafter right there, I guess. I mean, I could put it there. No, I'm going to want it there. I think it'll look better. I may have to relog, because this mining fatigue is just ridiculous. Oh, wait, you know what? I've got this. That's the best way to combat this. Like, it's strange because right now I only have mining fatigue and not weakness, so... we're going to put the importer onto the vacuum chest. And then we're just going to bring our cables up. Like that. Oh, and this works while I'm flying. That's so good. And then we'll just have our cables come up to like right here. Just kind of run these behind all of this stuff. So that's plugged up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to put like a glass cover on the front of it. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, and I guess we're just going to use like maybe the gray bordered glass since it's clear. There we go. Just for decorative aspect. And I may end up chiseling bitting that black concrete so I can have, you know, a different color on the inside, like maybe pull off the front this front face and then replace it with something. But I've got to see if I can fix the dreadstone bricks and all that stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and make a recipe. And let's say that if you take redstone, for example, and then we'll throw this in there and get ourselves a Restonia block. Okay, let's try this one more time. By the way, my power system has been eating through my redstone. Like, bad. So I may have to disable that at some point, but... Okay, I had it set to never active. So we'll say always active. And then what we can do is just throw this in here. We'll say that makes that. There we go. And then we're going to make a quick recipe pattern grid, and we're going to say that if you take Restonia, you're going to get 9 Restonia crystals. Encode that. And then if we just grab that Restonia, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this recipe into the crafter, and what we're going to do is we're going to add Restonia to this filter. Say that you can grab Restonia. And so now what happens is if I throw this in here, by the way, I figured out it's Control-Alt-Shift and click, and you can craft. So let's order, say, 10 Restonia crystal blocks. Start. Okay, well, bad news, the vacuum chest just does not work. It's so broken, and I don't understand why that is. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to switch this up then, and instead, I have another idea. Hopefully this one works. We are going to get ourselves a chest. That. And then I want to get an item collector. That. And then... should be it. Now, I don't know if you can put a pressure plate on top of a chest, but we're about to find out. If not, that's okay too, but no, you can't. Okay, so what we'll do instead is we'll put the chest... This isn't going to look nearly as good, but I'll tell you what I can do. I can actually put the chest up here. Gosh. That is so powerful. Sometimes it's a little bit too powerful. But it's like the only way I can combat the mining fatigue. Okay, we're going to put the item collector right here. And I should be able to... No. Maybe it's only the advanced item collector. Okay, yeah. This one we can do a whitelist. Okay, so what we need are these item filters. So that's just paper and yellow dye. So let's get that. Do I not have yellow dye? That's right. I set it up so I could order it, but... Alright, so item filter, and we're going to say that you can... Let me grab some Restonia. We're going to set Restonia crystals in there. We're going to say you don't have to check metadata or MBT. I don't know if it has something to do with that. Maybe it's different when I'm holding it and when it's created. But we're going to say Restonia crystal blocks. And we'll see how this does. And we'll see radius. That should be big enough. But we'll try it out. Okay, if I ordered, say, 5 of these, what happens? Why does that not work with anything? That's driving me absolutely insane. Or you know what? It may not have just... It may have not been a big enough area. So I'll tell you what. Let me try this again. Let me increase the radius like that. Okay, now it's picking them up. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's working. And basically, now I can set up any of the Actual Edition stuff that's created with the Atomic Precision Dropper up to, 9 recipes here. I mean, I guess technically I could have another crafter here or whatever. But I have to do more item filters if I did that. But that's okay. But anyways, I can set that stuff up and have it automated. Okay, so now for actually getting the double crusher. This requires a bunch of Restonia. So let me just... I'm going to go ahead and just automate all this stuff real quick. And I'll be back in just a moment because I know it's getting fairly close to wrapping up point and I want to wrap up some things before we end out the episode. Okay, so now we can order ourselves a double crusher. And there we go. Easy as pie. We've got enough for Estonia right now for a bit. But I will, between episodes, I will automate like Poly's crystal and void crystals and stuff like that. But I'm kind of in a little bit of a rush right now. I don't think we're going to get everything that I wanted done this episode, but we will at least get a start on the stuff. But I think we're going to... We'll have the crusher right here. Let me go ahead and throw my ring back on. And we're going to say auto split items. And then we're just going to have this pump back into the crusher. Just like that. So it should get cobblestone. Why is that not getting any power? How is that not getting any power? Okay. Seems like whenever I break and replace those, it works better. I don't know. Before long, hopefully we'll get into Draconic Evolution, and then we can do that. But alright, so this is getting cobblestone now. And then all I want to do is I just want to bring the power down on this. So that's going to start running. There's 2 sand. And then to actually get silicone, we're going to need sag meal. That's actually the only thing within this pack that can get silicone. So there's that. And actually I'm curious, how much... at 419 now. I had like 200 and something creosote after we did the chest, so I was kind of curious to see how much we went up. So, okay. So anyways, we're going to set the sag mill up right here. And we're just going to give it some power. And then we're going to say that you can pull from the top. Okay, so it's going to start pulling in that sand and producing silicone for us. And then all we have to do is just grab like a piece of that, or a few pieces of that. And I don't think that you can compress silicone. No. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to throw that into there. This is the main thing. Glass can wait. Processors can wait, even though I'm so sick of making them. But I do want to get that silicone done, you know, before the end of the episode. Man, this mining fatigue is driving me insane. Even though I'm not really... It's not really affecting me, it just drives me insane to have debuffs like that. And then what we'll do is we'll just pump this out the bottom. We'll say, you know, you can extract, always active. Oh, actually I can't connect it into that line. I mean, really? I guess I could. And what I could do is just change this to say like blue channel. And we'll say that these extract on blue. Blue. That's actually probably for the best. Because as it stands, otherwise I'd be honestly wasting a lot of cables. Considering all this has already ran for me. So. Okay, and then we'll say that you extract on blue. And we'll just connect that up. There we go. Haha. Okay, so that is all set up now. We're producing silicon, we're producing smooth stone. And actually that's getting backed up now, which is great. And yeah. So that's it, honestly. Now, like I said, we still need to get processors automated and glass. So next episode, we'll try to work on those two and knock those two out real quick. It won't take that long. Or shouldn't take that long. I'd also like to get the blood magic stuff up here automated. I have a really cool idea for that. So we might do that next episode. I would also like to start, like, okay, we just finished this quest line. I would like to start this one for Abyssalcraft, maybe. But I'd also like to start some of this stuff, like baubles in particular. You know what? I've got that quest done. We'll just turn one of these in real quick. There we go. They want us to make splash potions of healing. Oh, we get water breathing. But anyways, next episode, that's probably the plan. Okay, because like this episode... Oh, no. There's my brewing stand. This episode we really armored up You know, I'm going to do some enchanting on this stuff and try to get some additional stuff onto these, but we really armored up. Now, next episode, I'd like to continue what we've been working on with automation and then kind of get some baubles. Start working in towards that, I think, to kind of finish it all out. And get all this stuff automated, because honestly, having this stuff automated, especially this I think I'm the happiest about. For example, I think I'm in the mood to get some concrete. Anyways, that's the plan right now, though, is we'll do that, and then probably the following episode we'll get into magic, okay, or get back into magic, because I'd like to do not really so much with blood magic, but more with like Abyssal Craft and Ars Magica. I want to get into those. So I think as of right now, I guess that's probably not the most enjoyable thing for you guys to have to hear. As of right now, I think we've done, what, 4 Titans? Because we've done 1 Ars Magica Titan. We've done the 2 Dragon Bosses. And then we did the Wither. I think that's all we've done. So, but I would like to continue on with Ars Magica a bit. Actually make some legitimate spells and stuff. And then I would also like to start Abyssal Craft, definitely. So, because it'll make, honestly, building a little bit easier for me. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. Also, the next speed build video should be out probably this weekend. I'm going to try to get an extra one out for you guys and everything, because there's a lot of building that I want to do personally as well. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys then.